Yay, we're live finally. Um, but yeah, and some Yodi, you took a nap, but glad you're here. Um, oh goodness, milk bread. Oh, it sounds cool. Yeah, we actually have a roast in the oven right now, and yeah, I made. You can't see it from here because this table is only so big, but let me see if I can lift up the big tray here of stuff. And Darren was just asking about the pesto that I made, which again I probably wouldn't be able to see it really well on the camera because I'd have to tilt it and it would run out. But it's olive oil and basil from my pot outside and stuff like that. So yeah, so yeah, I've been working on different things like throughout the week to because this is kind of one of our big shindigs. So finally made it here. So and um, I'm going to actually need you to back up a little bit, Darren, because
No.
yeah, well, I will need that in order to get to the cool waters in just a moment. So,
Okay. Things I do for the congregation.
and we love you for it. So,
I love you guys too.
yeah. Actually, I don't think you were able to join us last time. Last year when we did this. But
What happened?
well, I know there was one that you had to sit out, and you were entertaining company, basically. I think somebody was over, but I don't remember for sure.
Was it JP? I bet it was JP.
No, it was not. It was the
other problem.
Yeah, the Roman reprobate.
Yes.
So
we do not talk about Fat Club.
Oh goodness, yeah. That's a sarcastic. Says we appreciate your sacrifice, Darren. Now get the cool waters. Oh goodness, and Dana says pray for me and my niece. We have the flu.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It's not feeling as bad. I'm on meds. Glad I don't have the headache. Well, either way, we hope that we'll pray for your continued healing, both of you. And we've gotten several prayer requests that I'll have to switch between Messenger and the Facebook group and stuff. But just keep them coming. Well, and yes, they got tested today. It is actually the flu.
Good.
So, alrighty, let's get this party started. And I guess we're going to be doing Opet themed stuff for a week or so because I've been working on the video for this month, and it's taking longer than it normally would because I'm actually trying to record some music. And it's going to be a little bit of a collab video with Mary Dra because I sent her a sound file, and she is our chantress, we could say. She sings, and it'll be really cool to have her vocals in with the rest of what I'm trying to put together. Hopefully the rest of it won't sound like Animal from the Muppet Show was was recording.
Of course, I'll be able to put my special 2 cents in it as well.
Oh, being
the track.
No. I need some cool waters for that. Oh. On that note, these cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me as Kemetic purifies me. Hail unto you, and unto you. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Purity is upon our hands, our purity is within our hearts, and we've cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure.
The cold waters are indeed cold. I mean, pure waters are indeed. See? It's so cold I didn't even say it right.
Well, it's actually been a little bit cooler in here lately, so.
Yeah.
Well, just think of it this way. Those waters weren't under a boil advisory, so. Oh yeah, that's the funny thing that's been going on in our town. For some reason, we're under a boil advisory, and it's not because of flooding like Jackson, Mississippi. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but
They found a hole in one of the water towers, is what it was.
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, still, things that they need to be fixed, but that's local politics, all that good stuff. But yes, our waters are pure and very, very cool.
Yes. Yo, they're cold.
Oh, and we can actually see if we can get our little terracotta lamp here to light. So far, so good. And so we're going retro with our Eye of Horus, and we welcome the Eye of Horus to come in peace. Come in peace, bright Eye of Horus. Receive the light. The Eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The Eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra and all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The Eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who is tuning in with us now and in the future. This Eye of Horus comes, and we are purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
Now, just to make sure, because these things will sometimes go out. So I'm going to use this one to light tea light. Cooperate here. Come on. There we go. Yeah, and that's the other thing you have to watch out for. Sometimes when you drop a tea light into one of these little holders, it'll just put it out. The air current will just like it just did. So that's when we fall back on modern technology and just use the cigarette lighter. There we go.
It does take a certain level of finesse to drop those just right.
Yeah. Well, what the best thing you do is, and I didn't really do it that time, is you wait and let it get good and caught, and let there get enough wax that's melted to give it fuel so that it doesn't just snuff automatically when you drop it in. So yeah, it is a bit of finesse.
Sounds more like patience.
Well, sometimes patience is an art.
Yes.
So
some of the finesse comes in trying not to get wax everywhere whenever it goes down.
Yeah. Oh goodness! And so Mochi the cat moved her kittens to Sarcastic's room, so no instance.
No way.
Thank you guys. Yeah. Oh yeah, Daniel has natural spring water, so you want to talk about some cool waters.
Don't even get me started on that.
Ah.
That's from spring water, and I have issues.
Oh yeah, you have a story behind that. Okay, yeah, and these alabaster candle holders actually, I got these at the gift shop for the Tut exhibit, um, and I got one at one exhibit, and then decided to get another one to kind of balance them out. And yeah, they're really awesome.
Yes, they're beautiful.
Yeah, and I tend to save them for special occasions. We might do that tonight. We'll have to see. But yeah, and the altar cloth when we have major feasts like the Feast of Opet, I will use. I've started using this Ramadan cloth um, because it's festive and it's from Egypt. The tradition started in Egypt, so it's more for the cultural uh, connection, than anything else. And it looks really really nice, with the setup. So okay, without further ado, and this is a little bit different from the one that we normally do because it's a special occasion, but everything draws from what's in Circle of the Sun. So if you have that, then you have an idea of what we're doing. So. Great Aeneid of the gods who are in you new, Ra in your appearance at the first time, Ra's twins, Shu and Tefnut, Geb and Nut, Lord of Earth and Lady of Heaven, Osir, Aset, Set and Nebatat, turn your faces toward us. Behold what is in our innermost. Our hearts are straightforward. Our hearts are open. No darkness is in our hearts. Hail and praise unto you, O Amun Ra, who came from Nun at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, Amun Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, Amun Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Amun Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Amun Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Amun Ra, and to Mut and Khonsu. Hail and praise unto you, O Yunachuru, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out his Fet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us, and your strength being within us. And we'll do these invocations to Amun, Mut, and Khonsu. Yoim Hotep, Amun, Imhotep, Nebwaset. Yoim Hotep, Amun, Imhotep, Nebi Petresit. Yoim Hotep, Amun, Imhotep, Kamyatef. Yoim Hotep, Amun, Nachara. Come in peace, Amun, Lord of the residents, Lord of Thebes, Lord of the southern Opet, bull of his mother, greatest god. Yoim Hotep, Mut, Nebetawi. Yoim Hotep, Mut, Nebetisheru. Yoim Hotep, Khonsu Aur. Yoim Hotep, Khonsu Tepianamun. Come in peace, Mut, mistress of the two lands, mistress of the Isheru. Come in peace, Khonsu, the very great. Khonsu, firstborn of Amun. Take these, your cool waters, which are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. O Amun Ra, O Yenichidu, these waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Oh, that's something I said I was going to go and get for you, and I did not get to. Just a napkin or something. Okay, you're good. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, that you may be purified with it. Ouch. Yeah. Good thing I lit it back up. We give you incense. Give you incense, great of purity. This incense is the eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you, cleanses you, it adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. There we go. All right. This is your natron of Horus, of Jehuti. This is your natron among the gods. And I'm going to set it on the big altar right here. And there's a little candle here that will light when I'm not going to be standing over it. Receive this ointment, which comes from the forehead of Ra. Place it upon your forehead that it may transfigure you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, O Yenichidu. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. And likewise with this bread. The gardens prosper, and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Amun Ra, O Yenichidu. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine, and your water. Let's skip that in there. There we go. Pure, pure is Ra Horeketi within his house. Pure, pure is Amun Ra within his house. Pure, pure is Mut within her house. Pure, pure is Khonsu, the child within his house. Pure are the cause of all of these Nechiru, with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure. For Ra Horeketi, for Amun, Mut, Khonsu, and their needs, in every place that their immortal cause dwell. Come to your bodies. O Amun Ra Horaketi, O Mut and Khonsu. Come to your bodies, O Yenichiru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Amun Ra, before Mut, before Khonsu. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. O Amun Ra Horaketi and your son, the Osu Nisu Nekepurura, your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And from the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead, we light this candle, that it may be the eye of Horus that lights their way in Duat. And we bring them these cool waters from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. Horakeru ta henket ka kau abdu senator merhat kutnebet nofret wabet anket nacharim and kawan aku punibu maacher nibu hiranachara. A voice offering, bread, beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, for the cause of all of these aku, all true of voice before the great god. All right. Now, historically, we know that one of the big things about the Feast of Opet was the pharaoh was involved in this, and he was reconsecrated as the son of Amun. And so we take that, since we do not acknowledge any living pharaohs anymore, that their age is done. Now this is the age of the people, of us. And so we reconsecrate ourselves. This is our chance to renew ourselves in front of our personal gods. And so that's where this part of it comes in. We're honoring Amun as he rejuvenates himself, because that's what the journey to the southern Opet, which was a residence, like a harem. And we hear the word harem, harem, and we think, like harem anime or something. That was originally, it meant kind of think of like the master bedroom and the master suite. That was where the family lived. And yeah, it just, if you're thinking like the sultans of old or whatever, yeah, there were lots of, wives in there. But in Amun's case, this was his private residence where he went with Mut and with Khonsu. And, of course, it's kind of appropriate with Labor Day being a 3-day weekend. What are we doing? We're trying to, renew ourselves. And so that's what this is all about. So. Hail to you, O Amun Ra, and your Aeneid. We have come to you, O Yunuchadu, that we may see your beauty, for we know you and we know your names. Behold, we have come before you. We bring to you Ma'at, and we repel Isfet for you. Hail, O Amun! Take this oil, which is the eye of Horus. Let its scent reach you. Let it rejuvenate you. Let it cool your heart. You shall not grow weary with it. And we've already put the put the oil on them. Hail, O Amun, and receive these cool waters, which are the eye of Horus. May they rejuvenate you. May they purify you. May they cool your heart, for you shall not grow weary with them. Now, in the future, when we have everything incorporated, and we have a point where we can actually have an ordination process for priests, this would be the ideal time to do that. And so, if someone gets to that point, the stole or whatever it is that you have would be what we offer and consecrate as a symbol of, your undertaking. And this would be the point where we do it. So what I have a part of my garb, the last part of it that I would put on. And so that represents it here. Hail to you, O Yunuchadu, in all your names and in all your places. Place your consecration upon us. May you make it beneficial to us, and may you protect us from all evil. Receive us and place your arms over us, for we are your followers, your Shumsu, upon this earth. May we be beneficial to you and to humankind, as you are beneficial to us. And see, theoretically, Darren, you this would be a point where if you wanted to, reconsecrate yourself as, servant of your God, you can do that. It's just through a different medium.
Right.
So.
I feel like I've been doing that a lot lately.
Mm. Well, you're certainly loved and valued, as part of our group.
And I love you guys too.
Yeah. All right. And now, for the bread that we have, of what shall we eat? We shall eat the bread which Renutet provides for us in the shrine of gods. We shall eat of bread and partake of ma'at. And so we are symbolically saying, we are a part of them, and this is our connection, with our gods. So, you want some, Darren?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Take one. And now, Hold on just a minute.
We will take a commercial break to get thoroughly inebriated.
No.
No, of course not.
Just making sure that I can still enunciate. You want some water? Okay. We come unto you, Amun Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your ka shall live. Truly, your Anid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Anid says unto you, your word is law eternally. This fat is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. And may we always act with gentility and compassion for such as the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality for such as the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity for such as the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness for such as the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth for such as the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good for such as the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance for such as the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others for such as the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. All right, I'm just going to step over here for a second. Oh, yeah, Fig Newtons. Hey, listen, Fig Newtons are good because we think that the modern recipe derives from or is very similar to what the ancient recipe would have been. They had the equivalent of Fig Newtons. So.
That's right. And people fought over them too.
I use them frequently.
Yeah. Yes, so. Oh, it's sarcastic. It's like, and my bread is done just in time. Awesome. Oh, and Akira is with us. Yay. It's been a hot second. Oh, goodness. You're going through a severe case of COVID. Oh, man.
Oh, man. Love and prayers.
Yes.
Love and
prayers
man.
of health.
Recovery and endless dirty jokes that you can't help but laugh at.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, bread's done. I'll take a slice.
With butter, please.
Yeah. Yeah, statues of Mut are very hard to find. This one actually came from, actually, we got it at Little Egypt in Dallas.
Right.
And, this is something that I'm sure lots of folks have to deal with the same thing because you get one statue here and you get another statue there and they're not all in the same scale. And so if you go to craft stores and get like little wood blocks, and then paint them gold or something like that, it really helps to kind of get everybody in the right scale, or at least where, they look right.
Yeah.
And that's what I had to do here.
You're basically doing the Wheel of Fortune thing.
Oh, what, like with everybody standing?
Yeah, because they're all the same height on Wheel of Fortune. Look at every contestant. They're all the same height. They're all the same head level.
Huh.
And it's because they adjust things to make sure of it.
Okay, you don't see what they're standing on behind that wheel, but
right.
Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, or in this case, because Amun is at the the head of the triad, he's the highest, but we kind of get everybody else to where they're in sort of the same roughly the same scale. But
like
yeah,
that one famous icon of the Theban, or no wait, actually it wasn't the Theban. It was it was
Osiris, Isis, and Horus. Yeah, and
yes.
Osiris is a little figure who's sitting on a jed column, and then you have Isis and Horus standing to either side with a hand at his shoulder, and so their heads are all level, even though Osiris is sitting in the middle.
He's almost like
yeah,
a tiny icon in there compared to the other two.
It's a high chair.
No, well, not exactly. It's and actually my little figurine that I made of Set is like this too. There's
yes.
And see what it really is you'd have to imagine somebody sitting kind of like this or just sitting down, and that's what that little figure represents. It's just they kind of reduced it down to a logo.
Right, got it.
It immediately brings them to like if they were drawn as a hieroglyph.
Yeah. Trying to learn about this pastry the Egyptians made. The figs, dates, and walnuts went in it. Oh yeah. And it's kind of like the modern cookies that they have now. And actually, if you want a good cheat for that, these cookies here, the company that makes them is called Zalatimo Sweets. And they come in these tins, and you can get them online. And they're made with fillings of dates and pistachios and things like that.
They also come individually wrapped in boxes too.
Yeah, well, they came in a big tin, and they're all wrapped like this, and so things like that. It's actually not that far off from what would have been done. So that's why these end up.
And I'm committing myself to not letting you hide those anymore.
They're in the kitchen. They're in the tin.
They're in the kitchen. They're in the tin where I can't get to them easy. So,
see, this is. See, I say things for offerings, and he accuses me of holding it out. So. As
long as you're not holding out on the Snickers, right?
Yeah, okay. Speaking of priests, if y'all are looking, hint. Yeah, so we'll definitely as soon as we get incorporated, then we can start and have our first,
ordaining session.
Yeah.
But in order to do that, we need to not only be incorporated, we also need more income.
Well, hold on. Now, I will say, in all fairness, and I need to check and see if we've hit enough viewer hours for me to be able to put that thanks on button on the page, because I was just shy of like I think 400 viewer hours or something. So we'll check again on that. But I've also been reading a book about it's called Small Church Essentials. Funny thing is, it's written for Christian pastors, but it's amazing to find out that some of the same issues that we deal with, being small, is just a handful of us. We're all online. There are a lot of churches that are Christian that have the same kind of problem. There's not a whole lot of people. They don't have a whole lot of money. Some of them don't even have their own space. So we're not that different. And so we shouldn't think of ourselves as less because of that. We're just as active and vibrant, and we have some of the same problems that, the mainstream guys do. So hold your head high for that. We're just as legitimate as they are, and we have the same kind of challenges they do. So therein is my speech for the evening. But the Laughing Pharaoh asks, can I use whole wheat flour instead of barley? I don't see why not. Let's see. Sarah wanted prayers for her situation, prayers for a safe walk home, and also divination. Yeah, we're about to get to those. Oh goodness, poor Kira. Y'all are making me hungry. I'm stuck in this room with NyQuil and chicken broth. Oh goodness.
Don't mix them. Don't mix them.
Yeah, sarcastic saying about that famous piece of artwork. Horror is supposed to be the sun. Why does Osiris look like the child in it? It's because he's the one being protected in that image. So yeah. Okay. Well, let's get the list together of the cookies now. There's a couple of things that we wanted to read for Opet because you have hymns to Mut and to Khonsu, and there's also one to Amun. Now, I've actually been working on that one because there's a version of it that's in celebrating the Egyptian gods, but I went back to find the Egyptian language version, and I think I have a better translation of it now. Because the original says, "Hail, Amun-Ra, Lord of the thrones of the two lands. May you live forever." The original says, "A drinking place is hewn out, the sky folded back to the south." Now, going back and researching that, because even the person who translated that said that he wasn't really sure about it. I think what it really should mean is a drinking cup is taken, may the sky be smooth to the south. A drinking cup is taken, may the sky be smooth to the north. And so in the Egyptian, it would read more like Amun-Ra nebni sitawi aktijet Moser nejer petsechti iresi Moser nejer petsechti ir mehetet Sursakedu nuna kapura Mary Amun-Ra kamitef hesinacheru. So, drinking a cup is taken. May the sky be smooth to the south and the north, so that the sailors of Nebkepra, Tud, beloved of Amun-Ra Kamitef, praised of the gods, be able to drink. So it's a drinking song, and it's carved on the walls in the temple. Yeah, and they would sing that as they were pulling the barge, and that's what I'm working on for the video is to have that song. So yeah. But, in ancient times, any kind of festival, you'd have drinking.
John.
Yeah.
I just want to know what the Egyptian word for that would have been.
Good question. I don't know if they would have inscribed that somewhere that we'd find it. And adoration of Mut. Dua Mut. Uret. Nebet isherem. Mozut shu imhemim wasat. Konsatawi beka tu imhatan. Diaser taimef imhatmuat. Adoration of Mut, the great, mistress of Asheru, who gives birth to light again in Thebes, who traverses the two lands, pregnant with the sun, that she may give birth to him in the temple of Mut. Mother of Ra, she who creates light, great Uraeus who encircles her father Ra, who gives birth to him as Khonsu, both daughter and mother, who creates her own creator. Okay, so about those cookies. Do we want to do one for everybody?
Yeah, one for everybody.
Yeah, I would think so.
All right, so this was for everyone who might be tuning in later on and didn't get a chance to request in real time. And enjoyed the meal? Buy one to go, too. Of course, we're not in a Chinese restaurant. So, I guess what would our interpretation of that be?
Take it with you.
What did it say?
It said, enjoyed the meal? Buy one to go, too. I think that means if something's going good, take advantage of it. Make the most out of it this week.
Right.
So, and because it's a feast, make the most of it. Enjoy it. Buy one to go, too.
Take your joy with you.
Yeah.
Joy doesn't have to be a one-time thing.
All right. Now, married Raw. Had some friends invite her somewhere, and so I told her I would save a fortune cookie for her. And then I noticed some other folks had them, so I'm going to scroll back and we'll catch up with the list.
May she enjoy G-strings.
What? Okay.
In case she went to see male strippers or something.
Oh. You had me thinking of terribly weird things.
You're welcome.
All right, now that was for Married Rosh, and this is don't be afraid to take a chance when the opportunity of a lifetime appears.
See those G-strings? That's what we're talking about.
Well, don't be afraid to go, until this is their way of saying it's okay that you went out.
Go for the gusto.
Yeah, come and watch us, in replay.
Yeah.
And yeah, if some other opportunity comes up, don't be afraid to take that chance. So that was for Married Raw. Now we're going to go back. Okay. Yes. Of what shall we eat? Have another. Yes. Alrighty. Where was that first cookie request? It was up here. Okay. Yes. Sarah wants prayers for her situation, and wanted a divination and sarcastic. Like I'd like one too. Okay. So we're gonna do Sarah, then sarcastic, and then Daniel. Okay. For Sarah. For health and safety as well. May Amun of the road look after her on her way. And Sarah. Don't expect romantic attachments to be strictly logical or rational. And I'll read it one more time. Don't expect romantic attachments to be strictly logical or rational.
Love is never those things.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it's not about reasoning. It's about the feeling, the moment. Yeah. Okay. So that was Sarah, and then sarcastic. Now that. Okay. You know what? Sarcastic, I think this one here is yours because I just grabbed that empty wrapper and it came with. So, sarcastic, here we go. And it says, every person is the creation of himself, the image of his own thinking and believing, or them. But every person is the creation of themselves, the image of their own thinking and believing. So, and that's very, very powerful considering that, we're honoring Amun as, the original, source of creation. And he's saying, you are the product of your own thinking and believing. You make yourself, every day. So, that's a pretty powerful message. Oh, and I know we had some prayer requests, including one from one of our viewers who can't tune in live because he lives in Eastern Europe. Dominic Marinkovic, I hope I'm saying that right, but is getting ready to graduate from college, and is worried that it's not a lot of job opportunities, and I know a lot of people can relate to that. And it's funny, even way back in 1999 when I got my first bachelor's, that was also the case. So I understand, and college is never a waste if you apply yourself and you learn. But it's the other things that you do too that often end up giving you the best lead on work. I never imagined that I'd work as an attendant, but it's because I met Darren and learned so much helping you. I ended up applying that, and that was not something that I got, in any of my classes. So, that's I'm sharing that advice because that can apply to a lot of people, and it's something I had to go through, and I would happily share that insight so that other people don't have to feel as
Life
at a
does
loss.
not always put us on a preconceived direct path.
Yeah, or the path from point A to B is never a straight line.
Right. You can go to school for something, and you might do it eventually, but it may take a minute, or you might do it right off and then find yourself doing something else completely with your world, but it wasn't a waste.
Right. There's never a waste. Yeah. So, okay. So that being the case, now we're back to Daniel. Oh, wow. So, Daniel, you got 2 today. Find that one. Okay, so this first one, careful thinking will command respect. Now the second one, enjoy life. It is better to be happy than wise. That's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. Enjoy life. It is better to be happy than wise, but careful thinking will command respect.
Balance.
Yes, so learn.
Balance, grasshopper.
Yeah. So you can find a balance between the two. Okay. And next is Sebekekwe, for Kit, and then Sarana, and then Akira. Okay, so this is a fortune. Sebekekwe is asking for Kit. Before you receive, you must give. Now, Sebekekwe, you were asking this for Kit. Are you Kit's partner with a different, just using a different username? Because when you said you were asking for Kit, I'm like, wait a minute, because I know Kit Fox, and spouse, would tune in, and mess with each other about the dishes, but you're asking this for her, and again, correct me if I'm missing a pronoun somewhere, but before you receive, you must give. Now, I wonder if that is to you about her. If you're expecting something, give. Of course, that in a relationship that applies to both of you.
Yes,
you've got to be.
It is reciprocal or it is dead.
Yeah. Okay, and next was for Sarana. Wow. Sarana, better ask twice than lose yourself once. Better ask twice than lose yourself once.
You need to be really honest with yourself, even if it's an honesty you're uncomfortable with.
And give something a second look, or maybe even a third, just to make sure, rather than go whole hog into something that is going to turn out bad for you. So, okay, and Akira was next. Oh, no way. Oh, well, Akira, you are the good cookie this week. Because this one is empty. But don't despair. Just it's like Sarah Connor, no fate but what you make for yourself. And we're certainly praying for you to recover from COVID. Because we love you and we look forward to tuning in with you again and seeing you in person at some point in the future.
That would be exactly what they're wanting her to focus on, I think. Getting better.
Yeah. Okay, and so next is Audrina and then Blue Conlon. Oh, wow. So, Audrina, you got 2 as well. Audrina, first one, be unconventional, even visionary. Now, second one. Every wise man started out by asking many questions. So putting them together, be unconventional, even visionary. Every wise man started out by asking many questions.
That's right.
So I think you've got some opportunities coming up. Ask some questions, find out what you need to find out, and be bold.
Yeah.
It could really pay off. So they're telling you be unconventional. Don't worry about what you're quote unquote supposed to do. Follow your instinct. Next is Blue Conlon. There we go. Finally. Okay, we're gonna get it out of here. Just gonna have to kind of smush them down. And Blue Conlon. Everything you do to make your heart sing. Now, I could be telling you this. Everything, that's another way to read it. Everything you do to make your heart sing. So if it's not bringing you joy, ask what it's there in your life for. That's the sense that I'm getting. Okay. And a Creature of Legend, and then Kyle Hinahosa. And then the Laughing Pharaoh. Okay. Oh yeah, and with the cool, you guys like the song. Yeah, that's what we're working on, trying to get some musical accompaniment for the video. But yeah, and Sarcastic was saying if we ever have a meetup, in the 21 and up club, we're doing that, chug chug chug. Okay. So yeah, Creature of Legend, then Kyle Hinahosa. Creature of Legend. Fortune. Everything must have a beginning. I think they're telling you to get started on something. Everything must have a beginning. And the Feast of Opet, what better time to start? Okay, and cookie ended up in the bell. Kyle Hinojosa. Bell. You okay, Bo?
Yeah.
Are you breathing okay?
Yes.
Okay, I'll check on you. This has not been a good asthma week, at least down here. I think the all the rain, contributes to mold and pollen and stuff, and that just it's not good for that sort of thing. But okay, Kyle, do what you wish, as long as it does not harm anyone. Huh. Wow, it's a rewording of the Wiccan Read. And it harm none, do what you will. Do what you wish, as long as it does not harm anyone.
Including yourself.
Yeah. So whatever you're thinking about doing, check and make sure, as long as it's not hurting anyone, then go for it. Now, next was the Laughing Pharaoh. All right, Laughing Pharaoh. Courtesy is a business asset, a gain and never a loss. And the immediate sense that I get, what immediately comes to mind is, you might be thinking that it's impinging upon you to be nice to someone that, maybe you don't want to be, but it's still an asset to you. It is a gain and never a loss. Courtesy is a business asset. I'm telling you, whoever that is, be nice to them. It will pay off for you in the end. And Akira's like, if I make 70 alternative accounts to play your videos and not stop on loop, will that help?
Yes.
Actually, no. Believe it or not, YouTube does have algorithms. They can kind of figure that. They would figure that out. They would figure that out sooner or later. But yeah, I do have 10 years worth of videos. So there's like old stuff. The stuff that I'm probably going to end up, redoing in the future, like we did with the System video. Because that was my very first one. And then, last year, no, it's almost last year, in January, we redid it and put special effects in it. Because we had you turn a System into a lightsaber.
Yeah.
In case you missed that one, you got to go watch it, because that was a lot of fun to put together. And one of my prayers that I have is that Morgan can have time to come over and visit with us and do more fun things, because we haven't seen him in a few weeks. Yeah. So.
And continued health for his grandpa. He's not doing well.
Yeah. Yeah. There's, he's recently a widower.
Right.
His grandfather. But okay, making sure. Hi, Brian. Okay, like this is a feast type thing, right? We're doing a service at this altar and at home. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and there's a lot of folks like to tune in, and they'll be following along with with us at their altar, and that's cool. So I'm trying.
Always cool.
Yeah. Well, what I'm trying to do is as I get the opportunity, let people know ahead of time if it's a major feast. Well, this is what we'll be doing. Because a lot of times it's just a regular Friday, and so you don't need any special ingredients, but this is something that a lot of people look forward to, because the Opet feast was a major festival. So and Brian asked for a fortune for my household. Let's see. YouTube likes to promote regular posters. Yeah. Well, I try to make sure I have something every month, and I'm actually working on mapping out what next year's calendar is going to look like, and what videos we're going to do, and I'm hoping to do one, and I guess if prayers for luck, I guess for successful venture. One video that I want to do would be basically, dear mom and dad, I'm pagan. For people that are coming out of the broom closet or having to with family or friends, and actually talk to some parents that are hip enough to answer the hypothetical question. Well, if your kid, if you ended up having this conversation with your kid, what would you say? What would you say to other parents who aren't really sure what to do? And that's something that a pagan of any stripes could use. So that's what I want to be one of my big videos for next year. So now there was somebody else. Okay, I think it was 911 wanted 911 wanted a fortune, and yeah, it's Sebekekwe. Okay, yeah, that is Anthony. Hi. And Akira says, I introduced myself to patients as Shakira without the SH. Because it's Akira.
Yeah.
Of course, Darren and I are always thinking of like the anime Akira.
What patients?
Well, remember, Akira is in paramedic school. So.
If he introduces himself to patients that way, does he shake his ass too?
Well.
She?
I'll let her answer that. So I know that 911 had asked for a cookie, so this one is for them, and then we'll move on with the rest of it. So. Wait a second. 1, 2. Okay, that one's been open. All right. So 9/11. I hope if you had to tune out, I hope you can catch this later because they gave you 2. So. The first one. Even in the greatest confusion, there's an open channel into the soul. Now, the second one. Education and intelligence aren't the same thing.
Boy, that's the truth.
All right. So this is for 9/11. 9/11 when even in the greatest confusion, there is an open channel into the soul. Education and intelligence aren't the same thing. Now this first one, I think, because sometimes people ask these kinds of things, that they have moments of crisis, and are the gods listening, that sort of thing. Even in the greatest confusion, there is an open channel into the soul. I think that might be what they're answering you to, and telling you to remember, education and intelligence aren't the same thing. So a lot of a message that I'm getting of listen to your instincts.
Yep.
Don't second guess yourself. You're doing better than you think. Don't worry that nobody's listening. Somebody is. So, okay, and I know there were some other requests, because Seta had asked for prayers for her because she's working with Lyft, and wants to be safe doing that, and to have success with her other work. Because she's trying to save up to get out of her mom's house, and we definitely cheer her on in those efforts and ask the gods to help her along. And some other folks have some issues with health and with family. I'm going to check real quick. Let's see. Oh yeah, and Sarah had asked for prayers for there's a little leopard gecko at a pet store that she goes to, and it's sick, and she wanted it to get well, so that it can find a good home. So love for the lizards, or geckos. Geckos are technically not lizards.
Lock and load, little lizard.
And Jory, please say prayers to the Theban triad on my behalf for health, healing, prosperity, help finding a job, and finding love. And Ashley wants health and stability for the family. So, sarcastic. Like, I've had to read writings of dead dudes using the most eloquent words to say the dumbest stuff. Can confirm, the thing about education and intelligence not being the same thing.
Right.
Okay, now Kira works in a hospital, so she does have actual patients. And yes, humor is definitely good medicine. And Oracle says, going to need a lot of help getting a new job as I quit my other one due to it being toxic. So prayer for that, and I understand.
You know what? If you have the courage to quit a job like that, the gods are going to bless you with an opportunity. You just got to be courageous enough to go find it.
Oh yeah, and sarcastic suggests maybe get parents of pagan folks who have had their kids come out of the closet to help. That would be an interesting perspective too.
Yep. So, all of the above. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so let's say one more prayer for everyone, and then we will wrap this up so everyone can kick off a Labor Day weekend.
Yeah. We have to go make a glaze real quick.
Oh yeah, that.
So some folks are going to have to hang out on the line while we take 10 or so minutes to go.
Well,
we'll get the roast.
All right. Well, we'll get to that. But one more prayer. Hear us, O Ra, great Lord of Yunu, and place your arms of blessing around all of those who have beseeched you. Let them rejoice in your bounty, and their hearts take joy in your kindness. Tell Neith and Upwot to open their ways for them, and may you protect them with your strong arm of compassion. For you are the All-Lord, the Lord of Ma'at. Holy and splendid is your name. Capri at dawn, Atum at dusk. Ra Horaketi as you rule the nine. And of course, what's so fun about this, and I figured this out last year when I sat down and I took pictures, where Amun is at, Ra's statue is right behind him. And since in Thebes, Amun and Ra, had become a composite, visually it's kind of represented, especially if you were to kind of get down, and I'll post pictures. It'll be in the video.
We gotta try and take a picture of that.
Yeah. Well, I've gotten one from last year, and if you catch it at just the right perspective, Ra's sun disk is visible over Amun's head.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
So yeah, that's going to be in one of the pictures in the video.
Yes.
Yeah. So that I staged that very deliberately. And Mut is it kind of in front of where Sekhmet is, and Mut and Sekhmet combined as well, because
you are smart.
Yeah, well, you have like all the statues of Sekhmet that we've seen, they came from the Temple of Mut. So
you are smart. You will help us. You will help us grow.
Well, if that is someone's calling card, then I love you too. So, hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Khepri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Enid, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the Shrine of Shanit in Unu endures. As the name of Osir Kentiamentiu endures. As the name of Aset in Nicheru endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pei endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Chamenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures, likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Amun Ra. You have come in peace, O Mut, O Khonsu. You have come in peace, O Yunechidu. May you go forth in peace, O Amun Ra, O Mut, O Khonsu. May you go forth in peace, O Yunechidu, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Okay. Now, if in case anybody had a request or something, I'm going to double check and make sure, because I don't want to leave anyone out. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see one. Brian got a fortune. And Laughing Pharaoh also has bad asthma and has prayers for your health.
Thank you, Laughing Pharaoh. I love you too.
And Sarcastic, got an asthma attack on Mount Baker on a smoky year. That sucked. Oh, man.
My sympathies, brother.
Yeah, thin air, smoke, and asthma don't mix.
Nope.
Yeah,
and I'm really not interested in smoke on the water either.
Music joke.
No matter how cool the organ work is.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, and poor Akira was like, I was supposed to be on the beach on an island right now, but COVID said nope. And I've been planning it for months. I hope you'll be able to reschedule and that it'll be even better.
COVID owes you a sexy party.
Well.
COVID owes all of us.
Yeah. Yeah, it owes me my pal back. Okay, so last fortune was for Brian. I kind of had a feeling
we love you, Brian.
Yes. Oh, and Brian had posted on the Facebook group some really, really awesome e-cards for Opet, some nifty stuff, and that was like, do you mind if I see if I can get some of those actually printed? Because that'd be something really cool we could do for next year. And I'll send those out to people or something. Okay, there we go. Let's say one of these is for Brian. Okay. Our last fortune is for Brian. And deep faith eliminates fear. That's right. Yeah, and you're wanting one for the whole household. But deep faith eliminates fear.
That one's for you.
Yeah. You know what? Should we pull another one for the household?
We should, because
Yes.
that's what he asked for.
All right. Okay. So this one is for the household. Okay. Also, don't expect romantic attachments to be strictly logical or rational.
That's family life, dude.
Yep. So, yes, you wanted one for the household? Yes, don't expect romantic attachments to be strictly logical or rational. Okay. Well, I hope that we got everyone and that you've all had a good time. And if anybody needs anything else, just let us know. Yeah, so sarcastically, hopefully you can shake your hips on the beach one day. Yes. All righty. Well, thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for being such wonderful peeps. And we love you for it. And been looking forward to this all week, and I hope you all have a good one. So, thank you so much for joining us. Yes, happy Opet, beautiful people, says Brian. Again next week. All right. Yes, happy and blessed Opet, everyone. All right, Akira says, I feel better, if not physically, then emotionally. Y'all cheered me up.
We love you, Akira.
Yes. And the Laughing Ferris says, may the force be with you.
And also with you.
Yeah. All right, much love. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
All right. Okay, big hugs, guys.